Hey, how's it going? Coach Kyle here. And if you're seeing this, that probably means we just got off a call and you and I are now working together as client coach. So I want to very quickly go through Final Surge. And like I probably told you in the call, this is basically a Google Calendar where instead of meetings, there's runs, there's rest days, there's strength workouts, there's meditations, there's check-ins, etc. So I want to briefly go through what it looks like and how it works. And this is the calendar here for Sanjay, and you can see that here's today, and I've plugged in the next 2 3 weeks for him. And you can see, let me zoom in here, and you can see that Sanjay here, he has 3 4 meditations weekly. Typically I plug one in, and it's nice to see that people maybe think, they've told me that they kind of always wanted to do some meditations, but I've just never been able to commit to it. And so I plug in one meditation and here, and oftentimes people ask for more, which is always nice to hear. So with Sanjay here, you can see that he has a few runs weekly. He has his rest days on Mondays, and when he's really great about updating his workouts. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is there are multiple ways to keep me updated on how training is going. I have the check-ins. I have like Sanjay here. He doesn't do the check-in very often, but he's very thorough about his just individual updates from the runs. And so he does, his warm up is a lunge. He's very thorough. He does lunge matrix, he does leg swings, etc. He has a extensive pre-run routine that he does. And he made a little note about his neck is a little stiff. He has a massage on Friday. Consciously he made an effort to slow down more. So these little check-ins are excellent. And if you do little check-ins like this where you just give me consistent feedback, the weekly check-in at the end of the week isn't as big of a deal. However it works best for you to give me information like this is fine. Some clients do it both ways, just depending on the week. But again, the more feedback I get from you, the better. And with Final Surge here, you can see that Sanjay, he's really good about updating how it felt and the perceived exertion. So in these, again, I told you they're color coded. And if I see greens, if I see blues like this, that's a really good sign. And then it's nice to get that feedback on, okay, this was a really, really easy 5K jog for him. It just felt good. And it's important that if you put in it felt hard or it didn't go well, if you don't tell me why, I'm probably going to ask. So again, if things are good, if you don't put comments in, I assume, yeah, it was just a normal good run. Now, I like to hear a little bit about the run, but if it didn't go well, I'm going to ask. So FYI, it's just nice to just put that in straight away after the run. And it's best to fill these in sooner after the run so it's fresh in your mind, so you can think about how the run felt. And with the strength work, typically he didn't do that, but typically most people, they also update the strength routines, the meditations, etc. It's like here with the gratitude practice, he put in good and light. So with the strength routines, I know he's very, again, he does everything. So with the strength routines, if you also put in it went well and it felt moderate, that lets me know that you're doing them. And if I'm not seeing those updates on the strength routines, I'm gonna ask. So again, it's that accountability and holding you accountable and doing the things that you know are good for you. Sometimes it's just hard to do them, but the strength routines, like I said, are typically done straight away after the runs, and he does a good job with this. And also, you can see here that I put in some gratitude practice and some mindfulness and some meditations. And this visualization, it basically asks you to explain what the next week is going to look like. So this is important for a number of reasons. And I found that having or asking the individual to look ahead at the next week is helpful because research proves that doing this will increase compliance. It will improve the odds of you doing the training over that next week, but it also helps you review what's going to happen next week. And then quickly, most people just, they very briefly tell me Monday, Sanjay says, Monday, I'm going to go for 3 miles over lunch and do the Gambetta leg circuit after. So it's helpful. That's my example. So it's helpful because that lets me see what your plan is for the next week. And then it gives you an opportunity to maybe say, this needs to be changed, or this day doesn't work really great for a run. Can we move it to this day? And with the gratitude and the mindfulness practices and the meditations, most people, they don't type things in for those. Sometimes they do, and sometimes I'm sure people ignore them. But I found that a lot of the times people start asking for these, and there's times where I'll forget to put in the mindfulness or the gratitude practice, and I'll get called out on it by my clients. So if you like them, great. You don't have to fill them in here, but it's nice to think about it. And if you want to type, I have some clients that do type them up, and it's really nice for me to hear kind of what's going on in my client's life, and just it increases that connectiveness a little bit. And then I want to show you the check-in. Does Sanjay, where is the check-in? Does he have it in here? There it is. So the check-in form looks like this. Ooh, I think I'm recording just this page. So the check-in form, it asks, like I said, how did the week go? What went well? What didn't go well? And so these things are, like I said in our call earlier, it's nice to think about the training after you do it. And I also ask in this questionnaire, do you have any travel coming up? Is there anything more or less you need from me as your coach? And I'm always, always, always interested in constructive feedback on, do you need any changes? Do you need the schedule changed? Is the training volume or the time commitment too high? Do you need me to hold you more accountable? And there's clients that I send text messages to, hey, send me a post-run selfie, to kind of, again, hopefully get you to better do the training, because we know we love it. We know it makes us feel better, but it's sometimes hard to do. So again, I do this for a living, and I try to make my coaching what you need. So whatever feedback you can tell me, please give it to me, because I have clients that really just want to be told what to do, and they don't give me a ton of feedback. But I know that they're doing the work, and the main benefit they're looking for is, like I said, they just really want to be told what to do and have that accountability, and they'll do it. And some people need more check-ins, they need more touch points. And if you need that, please let me know. Also, final thing here, in this little check-in box, there's the link here to schedule a call. And I have some people who I might talk to them once every 2 months. And some people I talk to every Friday. So again, it's really up to you. Sanjay here, he's so good about the individual little run updates, and we communicate back and forth, every 2-3 days, a little bit about training, about Star Wars, whatever. So it's really what you need. If you want to do a check-in call every 2 weeks and talk about a subject, that's great. If you just want to do a 10-minute call to catch up on, how the last week went on a Friday, also really cool. So you can schedule in anything upwards of 12 hours and out. So if you want to, super. And when we're talking about the communication and how we interact, and just a reminder, in the email that you're getting this link from to this video, I typically try to not check my emails after about 5 p.m. So if you need a question answered for the next day or for the next 24 hours, please text me. Facebook Messenger, text message are two great options. I will see some sort of instant message like that if you send it before 9 p.m. I'm getting a little better about not checking my emails so much on the weekend. So I might check my emails, but if you need something answered for tomorrow's run, please send me a text message, because if you send it to me at 3 p.m., I might not be checking my emails after that. I might have went through all my emails before that already. So just keep that in mind. Typically, how I format my week is Monday and Tuesday. I go through everybody's calendar and I make sure everything is updated. And I go through the check-in forms, typically Monday and Tuesday. Friday, I look at the last week or so of everybody's training, make sure everything's ready for the weekend. Because, like I said, I've been trying to do a little better job of not working so much on the weekends, but I will check my emails every day just to make sure nobody has any pressing questions. And then the other days during the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm mostly checking my clients' updates from what they're sending me. So, you do a run, you log it, it sends it over to Final Surge, and then it goes into my email inbox. So most of the time, the training that I'm seeing from my clients is straight in my email inbox. And if there's a workout that I want to see the elevation profile, the heart rate data, etc., then I'll click into Final Surge. But most of that information I can see in my email inbox. And so that way, when you update something if you do a workout on a Wednesday, I'll see it in my email and I'll check it out. I try to go through all my emails every day during the work week. And I try to make sure everything that needs to be replied to is replied to. And if I miss something, if I miss a question from you, if the week doesn't look right, if it's missing strength work or the runs don't look quite right, call me out on it, because this is really a team effort. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Sometimes I mess up putting the strength work in or something. So I'm making suggestions, you're making the final decision, but we're making these decisions together. So if something doesn't look quite right, please let me know. And if something with our coaching needs a little bit of a change, like you need more communication from me, you want more frequent check-ins on, Fridays, you want to do a quick video chat every Friday, tell me. I'd rather you tell me than not tell me and kind of wish it were happening. So that's what I got. Hope this was helpful. Any questions or comments, like I said, you're always encouraged to text or email me. And thank you for signing up with me. I think this will be great. And yeah, have a good rest of your day.